Today, we're taking a look at three stocks we've covered before: Zeta Global Holdings, Micron Technology, and Plug Power. I've already done full videos on each, going over their charts, fundamentals, and institutional ownership. Link in the description if you haven't seen them yet. This video is a quick update on their technical setups and an introduction to one of the most important concepts we track on this channel: relative strength, which measures how a stock performs compared to the overall market. But before we dive into relative strength, let's do a quick recap of the charts for all three. Let's start with Zeta Global Holdings. The stock bottomed out in April 2025 and has since rallied up into the $20 range, peaking near $22 in September before pulling back. That rally confirmed that Stage 4 is over. The long downtrend has finally ended. But the recent correction tells us the stock isn't yet ready to transition into Stage 2. Right now, Zeta is facing a wall of overhead supply between $22 and $26. That's where investors who bought during the prior run-up are waiting to sell just to get out near break-even. When a stock moves into that zone, it often stalls because those old holders are unloading into strength. That's why a decisive breakout above $26 on heavy volume is so important. It shows new demand overpowering old supply and marks the return of institutional accumulation. So for now, Zeta remains in a Stage 1 base, but a clean breakout with volume could mark the start of a Stage 2 uptrend. Next is Micron Technology. This one began its real run later in the bull market, but it's been acting like a leader ever since. Micron broke out in September 2025 from a large cup and handle base that had been forming since June 2024. Even though it's a later stage move, the breakout has been confirmed repeatedly by volume. Strong spikes on up days and light volume on pullbacks. We took a position in early October and are up about 38%. Micron continues to show tight price action near highs and quick recoveries after corrections. Classic behavior of a Stage 2 leader. This is exactly what we emphasize on this channel. Breakouts from sound bases, supported by real institutional buying, not hype. Finally, let's look at Plug Power. The stock spent years in a Stage 4 decline that began in early 2021. It bottomed out in May 2025, and a rally attempt began in mid-September on heavy volume. At first it looked constructive, but the sell-off that followed also came on heavy volume, wiping out most of those gains. That kind of action tells us Plug is still in Stage 1, stabilizing but not yet reversing trend. As we've said before, Stage 1 is about accumulation and testing, not yet full-blown leadership. Until we see a base plus breakout pattern backed by sustained buying pressure, Plug remains one to watch, not buy. Now that we've reviewed the charts, let's turn to relative strength, one of the best ways to confirm whether a stock is truly leading the market or just moving with it. Relative strength measures how a stock performs versus the overall market, typically the S&P 500. When the RS line is rising, the stock is outperforming. It's falling less on bad days and climbing faster on good ones. That's the kind of behavior we want to see in Stage 2 leaders. Zeta's relative strength began improving in late June 2025, as the stock climbed from around $11 up to $20. That early RS uptrend showed accumulation starting to build, even while the market was still mixed. But since late September, the RS line has rolled over, meaning the market has been outperforming Zeta recently. That lines up with the chart. Still Stage 1, not yet breaking out. When Zeta eventually clears that $26 resistance zone, we'll want to see its RS line turning higher at the same time. That's the confirmation that institutions are back in control. Micron's relative strength has been rising steadily since April 2025. But the real acceleration came in late September, right when the breakout started. That's the pattern we look for: strong RS before and after a breakout from a solid base. It means the stock isn't just tracking the market, it's leading it. Micron is a textbook Stage 2 leader, with both price and relative strength confirming institutional sponsorship. Plug's relative strength improved sharply from late June through mid-October 2025, which matched the rally attempt we saw on the chart. But when the breakout failed, RS collapsed just as fast, confirming that the move wasn't sustainable. For now, Plug remains range-bound in stage 1, building a foundation, but not yet ready to lead. Once RS flattens and starts to trend higher again, that'll be our first real sign of a possible turnaround. Relative strength is one of the clearest tools for spotting leadership early. When the next market uptrend begins, it's the stocks already showing rising relative strength that tend to lead the next leg higher.